Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. I, Radhika Mamta, welcome you to the space for exchange, and it's really nice to see all of you here. We, ATMA, is a non-for-profit organization for financial technical analysts. We basically aim towards educating people and creating awareness about technical markets. In India, our parent organization is Market Technicians Association, based out of New York, United States. Today, we have here our dignitaries. May I please invite Mr. Lakshman, who is on special duty from Bombay Stock Exchange, Mr. Sushil Kedia, Dr. Regan, from ATMA. He is the treasurer of ATMA, and Mr. Mitesh Khandelwal, secretary ATMA. Well, a brief introduction about them. Mr. Lakshman has been and is
We cannot hear you.
Mr. Sushil Kedia, President, Association of Technical Market Analysts. He's a qualified chartered market technician and as well as a chartered alternative investment analyst. Mr. Kedia is a postgraduate in business management from XLRI, and his focus is on India and liquid and tradable markets. Mr. Mitesh Khandelwal, he's pursuing a CMT program, an IIT Kanpur alumnus, IIM Lucknow alumnus, and he has been a student of technical analysis ever since he started learning finance. Dr. Regan Fidosh Homawazir, he started his trading career when he was 18, and he loves to focus on commodities, currencies, GSEC and equity markets. He has dignitaries in front of you, and let me invite Mr. Lakshman from BSc to present a few words before you.
Atma President Sri Sushil Kedia and his Atma office bearers and all the press people who are gathered here besides our
Still trying to get in touch with them there. All they keep writing to me is, hello, can you hear us?
In fact, our managing director DSC Madhukanan was supposed to come for this function to inaugurate and all that. But due to his preoccupation, I had to come in his place for inaugurating Atma's office. Atma actually had probably has evaluated its options, and they were very keen on taking office at Bombay Stock Exchange. So we have been interacting with them in the last 6 months, and there was a lot of exchange of information and on a variety of activities they are going to take up in India. We all know that Atma and MTA is a very, very reputed organization world over. And Atma is its Indian chapter. And I am sure the Indian Atma will be no less than MTA of US or MTA in any other big countries. There are a series of good programs lined up. This is just inauguration of their office and all that, but to start with, immediately in a month's time, they are coming up with a Ralph Wins program in India. And it is going to be probably in the same hall where all of you are sitting. And thereafter followed by National Trading Championship and year-long calendar of events they are going to prepare and launch in a big way in India. Now they are going to contribute also like some books and going to create e-library for Bombay Stock Exchange. They have been into very novel activities. And I am very impressed with the type of activities they are going to undertake. And I wish Atma all the best. And BSc is there to support them in all their endeavors. Our entire top management were very convinced about the credible programs and the world, what we call, which nobody has probably tried so far. I wish Atma all the best and all its office bearer that they will do a fantastic job in creating education on capital markets with all the investors and also institutional investors and also the students of capital markets. I wish them all the best. Thank you.
On Taz, to speak a few words.
Dear Sri Lakshman and all friends and colleagues present in this auditorium, I thank you very much for taking the time to come and be with us on the day we are inaugurating at perhaps the best place called the heart of the stock market. Fortunes have been made and lost in this hall, and this hall represents the origins and arters of the market. And to see you all here on this day is indeed inspiring. I'll briefly touch on what we think technical analysis is. It is nothing but the study of market action. Technical analysis is the study of market action. Everything else, including fundamentals, is a study of the reasons for which action should have happened, could have happened, and did not happen. Now, in the pursuit of the development of any body of knowledge, either it can happen out of a need the regulators feel, like a CA institute comes up by an act of the parliament, or there can be professional qualifications arising as felt by the profession. So whether a chartered financial analyst or a chartered market technician or a chartered alternative investment analyst are all industry originated programs which come to accredit it and identify the well-trained from the non-well-trained. ATMA is affiliated to the Market Technicians Association in the USA, which provides the gold standard of education in technical analysis, which is the chartered market technician for the last 40 years. This brings to my mind one more coincidence, so to say. Mr. Lakshman's kind words are continuing to reverberate in my ears, that the Indian ATMA shall one day be as big as the global MTA, and perhaps the ATMA as a society in India will be bigger than any other society in the world. Incidentally, 40 years ago when MTA started off in the New York, they started from a small room given to them by the New York Stock Exchange. And I'm hoping that the start that ATMA has found in India finds this similarity at our beginning point and indeed continues to flourish with the differences that Mr. Lakshman has sort of highlighted. I personally wish to thank you very much for the confidence you've reposed in us as part of the BSc management, the continued support and encouragement that we continue to receive from you and the guidance we get from you. And we do hope and have conviction that we shall stand to your expectations and produce those outputs. To keep the flow of the evening in order, we have speakers from the US lined up who will be talking to you through the video. I'll very briefly tell you the immediate things we are doing right now. As I see, this hall has a huge capacity, and yes, not too many years ago in this hall, there was not a square inch left for somebody else to enter, and it was always jam-packed. And now I find there's a lot of comfortable space. This contradiction is perhaps what we have been noticing every day in the development of our business plan. If I'm noticing queries coming from places like Paonta Sahib in Himachal Pradesh, it's right on the China border perhaps, or from a place like Dibrugarh in Assam to Kozhikode, that as to how can we get proper training in technical analysis. The books are so expensive, we don't get them there. This charting software that we managed to get is pirated, not credible, the data is not reliable. So perhaps as a reflection of what real India is, and India is progressing at the right down to the smallest denominator. For us, Indore might be a place which is a small town, but I give you a simple fact and data that we keep analyzing to develop our strategy. Outside of Bombay, the one city from where we are getting the largest number of hits on our website is from Indore. Places like Kozhikode and places like Rajkot, perhaps at some point in time will start having almost half the number of hits that we have from places like Bombay. So India is really far and wide and is developing almost everywhere, perhaps more rapidly in these tier B, tier C towns. So looking at that, the immediate initiatives Atma has taken is, of course, we are inaugurating today a formal library contribution into the BSc, but we are investing much more heavily into e-library, which shall be inaugurated right here before you, so that people sitting in far-flung towns and cities can